All right, everyone, just give me one moment, please. All right, everyone. Welcome to the 187 District Court. Happy Tuesday. Let's keep this a Tuesday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. I know everyone loves Mondays, especially in the 187, but let's just keep this day as a Tuesday. So these are the rules of the 187 District Court. 1, you are in a courtroom. If you cannot do it in a courtroom, you cannot do it on Zoom. So if you're at your home, you are not allowed to be smoking cigarettes, cooking, doing yard work, changing diapers, whatever you do, you're not allowed to do that. To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, you will be sent back. You are not allowed to use the chat box to pick up dates. This is not a dating service. If you do that, you will be sent back. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, why am I telling you that? And I'm telling you that because it has happened before. So that is not allowed. To all the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small, you need to put it in the chat box. You need to put it in the chat box to Ferguson coordinator. That's how she's listed. The other thing, to all the people who are accused, your name will not be called today. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom. Rest assured, you will get a chance to see your attorneys today. They will Zoom in and out. Just one moment, we still have people coming in. Attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you will appear. If you see that you're on the list and you want to Zoom to another court, you can. But if it's your time up and you are not here, we will skip over you to the next attorney. So this is the order in which the attorneys will appear. If you don't hear your name, attorneys, please let me know. Doug Campbell, Nick Aguilera, Scott Hill, Luis Martinez, James Seeloff, Greg Demare, Cleo Marshall, Nefatali Rodriguez, Laura Lefton, Scott Martinez, and Teresa Conley. Is there anyone that I've missed?
Yes, Your Honor, Linda Corley.
Okay, Linda Corley. Anyone else? All right, everyone, I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I do, it's going to ask you to go to a breakout room. Do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to that room.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Miss, you didn't call my name.
Are you an attorney?
I'm sorry. You didn't call his name either.
Are you an attorney?
No, ma'am, I'm sorry.
All right, this reminds me of Romper Room, where that lady would always tell everybody to put on their listening ears. What I said was, defendants, people who are accused, your name will not be called, your attorney's name will be called. And I said, if you don't hear your attorney's name, it's because they're Zooming in another courtroom. But rest assured, you will get a chance to see your attorney. Did I not say that?
You said
so
that.
Everyone, put on your listening ears. All right, attorneys, when I call your name, if you could please tell me your client's name and whether or not they're criminal trial division or family violence. Doug Campbell.
Judge, it's Mr. Cantu. I think he's 14F. He's family violence. Can I speak to David Martin when we have a
What is
moment?
the full name of your client?
I'm sorry, Matthew Cantu.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mick Aguilera,
Good morning, Judge. I have Mr. Brown,
what's the
John
first
Taylor
name?
Brown. John Tyler Brown. He's an inmate. He's got 3 family violence and drug, but I guess I need a family violence. And I see him on the screen as 14E.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Scott Hill. Scott Hill.
Good morning, Judge. I've
Yes.
got Abigail Villegas, hyphenated Torres. It's a DWI with the child, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4. Luis Martinez.
Judge, good morning. I've got Pablo Cortez. It's a DWI 3rd or more. But Judge, this is the one where last time we were here, I was going to file a writ on an old DWI, and that would affect this one. That writ's been drafted. It's been sent over to public integrity. I'm sorry, not public integrity, the conviction integrity. And Matt Howard and Lauren Zamora are looking at that right now.
Well, just give us a moment. Could one of the prosecutors get Matt Howard or somebody in here so we can find out what's happening with Luis Martinez? Yes.
And Judge, I just got that to him yesterday, so he's looking at that right now.
All right, we're going to find out. It shouldn't take them long to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, just give us a moment. James Sealaw.
Yes, Your Honor. I used to love it at Romper Room when she called my name at the end, so I'm
Yeah.
feeling good today.
You would
Joseph,
hold up the mirror and call out the children's
right.
name.
And I used to give my brother heck if she didn't call his name. Joseph Coy, and he's got one of each. I probably need to talk to family violence, though.
Okay, how do you spell his last name?
COY.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Greg Damaris.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
I have
morning.
Joseph Valadez, Criminal Trial Division, DWI.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
Thank you, Judge.
Leo Marshall.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
This is going to be a plea. I just need to,
What's your client's name?
my client is Philip Villarreal.
Who are you working on the plea paperwork with?
Well, we haven't started the plea paperwork. There was still one issue that we need to get resolved that will be resolved this morning.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's going to be the criminal trial division. It was actually Marcus Sanders, but he's not here in the next couple of days or so.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 7. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nefertali Rodriguez.
Morning, Judge. Victoria Machuca, and that's family violence.
How do you spell the last name?
Machuca.
I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Laura Lefton.
Hi, Judge. How are you today?
Hi, all right. How are you doing?
Good. This is a family violence case, but I do also have a motion to modify the bond conditions. I e-filed it, but it
What's your,
hasn't been.
what's your
I'm
client's
sorry.
name?
Foad Flores, Foad, Fouad Flores, Flores.
All right, criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Scott Martinez.
Judge, my client's name is Michelle Estrada. and I think it's one of each. Injury to an elderly is, I think, family, right? So I
Possibly.
got one of an MTR also.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 10. Teresa Conley.
Your Honor, I have Patrick Hill, Civil Trial Division.
All right, I'm sorry, it's Patrick who?
Hill, Civil Trial Division.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
Thank you.
Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, it's family violence MTR. And I don't believe it made it on the docket, but it was set for today, so they had me sign in.
Okay, what's your client's name?
Gabriel Espinosa, Your Honor.
And you said it's criminal trial division?
No, family violence.
Family violence. All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kelly McGinnis, Charles Bach.
Hi, Judge. I'm here
Hi.
for, we represent Rosalind Bagley. She's in the, I see her, I think it's a trial division case. I spoke with Marcus last time. Judge, this case, we had filed a motion for competency. I think you already granted the informal inquiry part. I doubt she's been evaluated yet, but I would ask for that to be finished and maybe I could break out with her.
All right, just give me one moment.
Okay.
All right, Oscar Salinas, are you here on the Luis Martinez matter? Oscar Salinas.
Can you hear me now? Okay, there we go.
Yes. Are you here on the Luis Martinez matter?
No, I'm on James Redden today is the defendant's name.
Okay, we're waiting for them.
Yeah, Judge, it's got to be either Matthew Howard or Lawrence Zamora. They're the ones in that conviction integrity unit now.
All right, Oscar, is there any way you can get somebody from conviction integrity unit to zoom in here?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And then Kelly, your client is Rosalind Bagley.
Yes.
Miss Bagley, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes.
Yes, Miss Bagley, has anyone come to speak to you?
No. No. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No.
Norma, Miss Bagley is supposed to be scheduled for an evaluation. Can you find out when that is happening?
Are you talking to?
No, just give me one moment, Miss Bagley. We're going to figure out what's going on and why somebody hasn't seen you as of yet.
Okay.
All right, while we check on that, Scott Hill.
Yes, Judge, I'm asking the court to grant me just a normal reset. I have to get a mitigation packet together for prosecution. Seems like we've worked something out. Just need a little time to do that.
How much is a little time?
Um,
Okay, we have a slight problem here.
Sure.
So I'm going to give you a little time, but we were here on April 27th, and it says recall May 25th, defendant to provide mitigation packet to state.
That's correct, Judge. I've had about 3 or 4 civil trials and I just haven't had a chance to get to it, Judge. So if whatever time the court can give me, that would be great.
What time do you need?
2 weeks, Judge?
Okay. All right, we'll give you 2 weeks. All right, we can recall you back the week of June 14th.
Okay. Thank you,
So
Judge.
what day are you looking for? We can call you back on the 15th.
I'm pulling up my calendar, Judge. The 16th or 17th would be great, Judge.
All right, and this will be for a plea?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we'll recall you on June 16th for a plea.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, do you need anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and you and your client are excused.
Thank you.
Norma, any update on Rosalind Bagley?
Judge, they still haven't seen her yet. They need another 30-day reset. We need to reset it for another 30 day.
All right, when do we need to come back on her?
We can bring her back on the 30th, June 30th.
All right, Ms. Bagley, we're going to bring you back on June 30th. Hopefully by then the evaluation will be done. If it's not done at that time, I will personally see what's going on.
Okay, can I speak?
Yes.
Okay. So what about the case? So that's that case. That's the what about the case?
Oh, you need to speak to your attorney about that?
This is only for the evaluation, this court meeting?
No, let me let you speak to your attorney about that because I'm sure there are some things that your attorney may not want you to say. So Ms. McGinnis, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 13, and Ms. Bagley, I'll send you to 13 as well. And she
Okay,
will
Judge.
speak to you about that.
And can we leave from there, Judge?
You need to have her brought back to the main room.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ray Lopez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Jason Montoya, I believe he's in custody. I need to confer with the state on that matter.
What is it, criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal Trial Division, Judge.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 14. All right, Doug Campbell.
Judge, can I speak to my client, Mr. Cantu?
Okay, let me see. You're in breakout room number 2. Mr.
I
Cantu,
believe so.
if you could go to breakout room number 2, please. And Louis, we're just waiting for the people from Integrity Unit to come in.
I just sent them the link and they just got it.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And Oscar, who is the attorney you were waiting on?
Alfonso Otero.
Okay, as soon as he zooms in, he's not here yet.
Oh, okay. I was at MAG last night, Judge, and I heard that some of the clerks watch this YouTube stream live in the mornings. I heard it from Judge Brown last night, and she says her husband watches during the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for zooming in. Luis Martinez has Mr. Pablo Cortez.
Okay, is Mr. Martinez here?
Yes.
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay. And Mr. Martinez, I received your filing at 5:20 yesterday afternoon, it looks like. I
Yes.
emailed you back to let you know we received it.
Yeah, Matt, I let the court know that I got that to you late yesterday. And so the court just wants an idea of how long you guys need to review it.
Yes, because let me just tell you why we are here. On April 6th, this case was to be recalled for April 27th because I have in my notes judgments needed. Then April 27th, it says recall. May 25th, defense attorney to file writ on judgments. So I'm being told writ on judgments were just filed last night. So how long will it take to review whatever you all need to review?
Judge, it depends on, I hate to put it like this, but every case is different. I have not had the opportunity to go through what Mr. Martinez sent over. I'm looking at it now, and it looks like it's a few pages long. Does not look like it's anything out of the ordinary. But he is alleging that his plea was involuntary. There is an ineffective assistance of counsel.
Okay, he's frozen in time. So he's frozen. Oh, there you are.
He's back.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So short version of what I was just saying, without having the opportunity to go through it yet, our response is probably going to be that trial counsel should have the opportunity to respond to the allegations of ineffective assistance of counsel and involuntary plea. So, without having that response in front of you now, the court could probably anticipate putting out an affidavit order to that effect to trial counsel to expedite the process. Once we have that affidavit or that response,
Okay, so what I can tell everyone, the only case that this court has before it, as far as jurisdiction is concerned, is the case that we're here for. So any past ineffective assistance, allegations of ineffective assistance of counsel, this is not the place for me to determine if another attorney was ineffective. So
And Judge,
this is not the place to do that.
so Judge, that's going to go to another court, but it's going to directly affect this case, because if that other one gets reopened, this one's the court will lose jurisdiction on this case. So it'll resolve the issue.
Yeah,
for
but
this
here's
court.
the thing, we can't be waiting to the last minute to do things, because if we wait till the last minute, guess what? We're here and we've been doing this judgments thing since April.
And I understand, Judge, but we had to get the judgments. I had to do the research. I had to draft the writ. I understand where the court's coming from, but that's my position, Judge. We're just asking for some time to get that reviewed. And if I'm right, then it'll resolve it pretty quickly. And if I'm wrong, it'll resolve it pretty quickly.
So then we go back to my question is, how much time is needed? Matt?
so let's see, this is out of the 227th. That's Judge O'Connell, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So I can get in touch with, Mr. Martinez and I can get in touch with Julie Patterson, his staff attorney, today. We could get an affidavit order out to trial counsel on that issue. Depending on how quickly we get a response on that, that's going to really control how quickly Judge O'Connell moves through it. But we could do all of that part today and get that affidavit order out. And so at least take care of everything from our end.
Okay, so we're going to come back on this case on June 30th for an update.
Okay.
All right, see you guys then.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Matt.
Well, have a good rest of the morning.
Thank you. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Judge, we're going to need a reset on Coy.
All right, just a second.
Thank you, Your Honor. Don't pick your nose, Tom.
Hey, Rebecca, can you go to breakout room 10, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, just one second, Mr. Seeloff.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tilden Schaefer, who do you have?
I have Moses Martinez, Your Honor.
Criminal Trial Division of Family Violence.
It's criminal trial division. I had last conferred with someone, and I apologize. I failed to write down the name of the prosecutor, so I don't have direct memory of.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 15, Ed Piker.
Thank you.
Yes, morning.
Yes. Good morning. Who do you have?
It is Amanda Beltran, and it's criminal trial division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lauren Zamora. Lauren Zamora. Lauren Zamora going once, twice. Like Tony Hernandez.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
Servando Menchaca to DDBI.
All right, there's somebody else who was here for that as well. How do you spell the first name?
Servando.
And spell the last name?
Menchaca, Manchaca.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 17.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm back with Miss Bagley. Can we be excused?
Yes, Norma, can you let them know that L20 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, James Sealaw.
Yes, Your Honor. I talked with Mr. Garcia. They don't have enough information yet to make me an offer or discuss this case at all. So can we have a reset for about 30 days? And can I speak to my client? He is in jail.
Okay, when are they, I mean, it's a possession, 1 gram to 4 gram. When are they gonna?
No, the other one is a continuing violence case. That's what I spoke to him about.
Okay, just give me one moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Joe Ray, when will you all have information on this?
Judge, if, I mean, within a few weeks or a regular reset, it's unindicted yet, and I don't have any information. I can reach out to the intake and come up with an offer for all the cases.
Okay, Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
Joseph, Corey, can they have a 3-week reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And can I speak to my client after I get the date?
Yes, just give me a moment.
Thank
The
you.
23rd, Judge.
All right, you're gonna come back on June 23rd, and I noted in my file on April 27th, it was recalled for May 11th because of family violence cases, and now
Right.
we're here for family
Right.
violence cases. So I'm gonna give you guys till state June 23rd to be able to tender an offer to the defense counsel.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a moment. Let me see if Mr. Coy is here.
He should be in jail.
All right, your client isn't on the screen yet. Would you like to wait, or you want to cancel his arrival?
I will wait and
And no, actually, you know what? It shows your client on bond unless he's in custody for the continuous violence.
yeah, he's in custody on the continuing violence.
All right, that's probably what, I don't know if he was ordered, and it's probably because he's showing up on bond.
Okay.
Norma, do you know if Mr. Joseph Coy has been ordered?
I didn't order him, Judge. I thought he was on a bond, but let me double check on that.
Yeah, he's in jail.
All right, just give us a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Greg Damaris?
Judge, yes, ma'am. We have conferred, and I would like to keep it on the trial docket if possible. We'll continue to confer.
Judge, he is still in jail, Judge.
He's still in jail?
Yes, ma'am. I just didn't order.
So, Mr. Seeloff, do you want your client to be ordered, or you just want to reschedule?
Just reschedule, Your Honor. Just let him know.
All right, Norma, you do not have to call him then. All right, you're excused. Thank you, Mr. Seeloff.
Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you for calling my name at the end of the show.
Okay. I
And
see
not my brother.
James, right?
And not my brother, so I could give him grief all day.
All right. You know, I think you and I are the only people on this screen who've ever seen Romper Room.
Well, let's not make that public, okay?
Have a
Stay
good
for
one.
public.
Thank you, Bobby. Excuse, stay safe,
Yes.
Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, so on Mr. Joseph Valdez, this case has been going on since August 4th, 2020. So,
Yes, Your Honor.
is your client on bond? Where is he?
He's on bond, Judge. He's, Joseph, go ahead and turn on your camera if you can. There he is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Valdez. Norma, can we recall this for the end of the month? That's going to be your plea deadline, Mr. Valdez. After that, if you're not going to accept a plea, the only decision I'll need from you and your counsel with the state, of course, is whether or not you want a jury trial or a bench trial. So
Oh,
when
yes,
will we
Your Honor.
come back, Norma?
The end of this month, Judge?
Yes, yes.
It would be the 28th.
All right, so we're going to be back on the 28th. That's going to be your plea deadline date, Mr. Valdez.
So you want us to come back on Friday, Your Honor?
Yes, Friday. Yes, Friday the 28th. I'm sorry, but here's the thing. If you decide that you're not going to reject that offer, then you can just let the court know. But yeah, that's his plea deadline date. So
Yes, Your
I'll
Honor.
need to know from him if he's accepting it or not.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
All right, do you have all the discovery?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'll make sure on that date to get a discovery acknowledgement as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much for coming in. Have a good one.
Yes, ma'am. See you in a bit,
Tell
Judge.
Stephanie I
Thank you.
said hi.
I will. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Judge. Mick Aguilera is back from the breakout.
Okay, just give me a moment. Just 1 second. Doug Campbell, and then I'll do Mick.
Judge, we're ready. My client is taking the offer that was given by the state.
Okay, then I'll just need the paperwork, and if you can put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson.
Already did.
The paperwork has been sent to him. Can you put him in a breakout room with his client?
Oh, you know what? Norma, I forgot you used my personal email address. I'm sorry, I didn't check the right email address. I'll get it done.
Thank you.
All right, if you all to go to breakout room number 3. Mick Aguilera.
Judge, I have visited with the prosecutor, Mr. David, and I need to go to a breakout with John Tyler Brown. He's an inmate.
Okay, Mr. Brown. Let me see. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anita Kell.
Yes, Judge, I have Mark Martin.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial division.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Scott Martinez.
Yes, Judge. I was trying to, I was chatting with one of your clerks to find out the days in jail, and then I needed to talk to my client, Ms. Estrada.
Okay. All right, Ms. Estrada.
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll go to breakout room number 10, please, your attorney will meet you there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Martinez, if you go back to your breakout room number 10.
Yes, I was trying to find out how many days in jail my client had before I went in there, though.
Okay.
Hey, Norma.
Yes, sir.
Is there a Patrick Hill on Zoom?
No, there is not.
Ah, well, then you can't put a ghost in breakout room 11.
Is he in jail?
I think he's on bond.
To the courtroom? Is there a Patrick Hill in the courtroom?
No, Judge, he is not.
All right, the people who are remaining in the breakout rooms, Cleophas Marshall in 7 for criminal trial division. He says there's a plea agreement. Linda Corley on family violence in number 12. All right, Nefertali, you're back.
Morning, Judge. Yes,
Morning.
I conferred with Joe Ray. I believe there's, or you want to go ahead, Joe?
Yeah, sure, I can do it. Judge, this case is, it has, I mean, they're not co-defendants, but it has 2 other defendants that are, for what I've been told, been treated like co-defendants. 2 child sex cases out of the 437th. The plan is to have this case transferred over there so the complainant child doesn't have to talk to different prosecutors all at once.
Well, but if it's not a co-defendant case, it's not going to get transferred. Norma, do you know anything about this Victoria Manchuka?
What I can say is it's an endangering child, and it involves, the other cases involve child sex cases, and they're all, I guess, out of the same transactions, but it's not, because this isn't a sex case, it's not technically co-defendants.
Well, as soon as someone's available to tell me something, then we will take this up.
And Judge, just to remind you, Judge, this is the one that had been no-billed last summer and then re-indicted again. And the basis of the re-indictment was those other 2 cases that Joe Ray is referring to.
Norma Ferguson, is Victoria Machuca, is that getting transferred?
Judge, I don't have anybody listed on the C page as a co-defendant, Judge. Until they're listed as a co-defendant, I cannot transfer it out. So the coordinator will not take anything that is not listed on the C page.
So they're not listed as co-defendants.
So once you guys list it on the C page, I'll be able to transfer it out. They will not accept it. So if you can have them listed on the C page, I can transfer it out.
Okay, I can talk to him, Judge, but that, I mean, I have, and that's what they told me. I didn't know that has to be listed or processed from there.
All right, we will recall this the first week in June. Norma, when can they come back?
When are you going to list it on the C page? When will it be?
I'm going to contact him today.
Okay, if it's listed today, I can transfer it out today.
All right, let's recall it first week in June. What day?
I'll do it June 1st. Get it out of here.
All right, so we'll recall it June 1st.
Marty, thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Sure.
May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I'll have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Judge, this is Teresa when you get a chance.
Okay, just give me a moment. Yes.
Your Honor, I was conferring with Tom, but the client never showed up.
All right, if you want to try to call your client, I give everybody till 10:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Should I sign off and do that, or?
Yes, I mean, however you want, you can stay logged in if you want to, or you can sign on.
I'm going to stay logged in, I think, and just go on mute.
Okay, thank you. Doug Campbell?
Judge, I've sent the paperwork back and I've gone over it with my client.
All right, and has your client signed everything?
He has.
All right, let me see if I've received it. And is your client on probation? Is that what this is?
It is. Actually, I thought he was on deferred, Judge.
Oh, well, I just mean it in general term,
Got, yeah.
because I need to know whether or not there's full plea paperwork or not.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Oh, no, I do it when I'm asking, because I need to know if there's a full plea paperwork going to be done or just trial court certification and consent to appear.
Right.
All right, who's the prosecutor you were working with?
Joe Ray Garcia.
All right, are you guys ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
All right, is the court reporter there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, you need to show your video.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Cantu, could you unmute for me, please?
I could do temporary unmute. Right.
Yes, are you able to, if you can unmute and mute yourself as we go through? All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 7211, State of Texas versus Matthew Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Doug Campbell for Mr. Cantu.
And are you Matthew Cantu?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cantu, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor. If I successfully.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Cantu, I'm going to show you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. They left it.
Are you the same Matthew Cantu who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 7211 for the offense of assault family second on August 25th, 2020 for a period of 4 years? Is that you? Unmute, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Matthew Cantu, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, and March 2021.
Right, I'm not contesting the fact that.
Number 5.
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat the last part. The court reporter could not hear.
Yes. For the months of January, February, and March 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
Mr. Cantu, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
I don't remember. Your Honor. I think it was 1,800. It was paid in.
State?
The state waives the remaining allegations, Judge.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Cantu, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, there is. We ask that you deny the motion, alter and amend conditions, adding 10 days to sign up for the BIP course, 10 days to obtain the drug patch, weekly reporting for 3 months.
All right, is that the agreement, defense?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cantu, you want to explain to me why you're not reporting?
Ma'am, I wasn't working at the time. I was having trouble paying rent and paying phone. I tried to plead with my probation officer if I could get, $10 drug tests during this the COVID crisis, and he said it was mandatory drug patch.
Well, no, we're not. Let's move away from the drug patch. Reporting is free. So why were you not reporting?
Well, yeah, I figured I was going to get locked up. If he told me if I didn't do the drug patch, I was going back to jail. So I was scared and I stopped contacting him.
How old are you?
36.
All right, you're too old to be running away from your problems and responsibilities. That's what children do.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to get back to work.
All right, this is what yes.
I for the months that I was taking the drug patch, they were clean. I didn't come out dirty. I just didn't have the money to pay for them.
Well, I always tell people they can do the patch or either they can do regular UAs. So I don't just tell people you have to do the patch.
Okay. So
Judge, in talking with Mr. Cantu, I can tell the court that he is now fully employed. He has his 16-year-old son living with him. He has a place to stay, and he has a newfound respect for what he has to do on his deferred education, his conditions that he owes to the court.
All right, and who is with his son now?
I believe he's actually living with his sister and brother.
yeah, well, he's taking him at the moment. He's testing right now for school.
All I had to do was go.
And where is he working?
To my girlfriend's mom's house.
He is working at Affordable Flooring Solutions.
All right, it goes without saying that I always say with employment, you're not allowed to be a home health care provider or supervise minors. So you have to make sure that your employment is not doing that. I'm going to sort of follow your agreement. I'll deny the motion, alter and amend conditions. To include registration with the BIP within 10 days of release from custody. You can do the drug patch or UA hotline. Are you able to Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's going to be weekly reporting by Zoom until further notice. And proof of employment within 10 days of release. And of course, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Do you understand everything that's being asked of you, Mr. Cantu?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you going to be able to fulfill those obligations?
I'm very confident I am.
All right, is there anything else from either side? All right, with that, we'll close the record. And Mr. Cantu, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with probation. Probation will go over conditions with you. Mr. Campbell, I'm going to send you and your client to breakout room number 1. You're excused, or you can stay while Ms. Reyes goes over conditions with your client.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, may I approach?
All right, just one moment. Who wants to approach?
Linda Corley, Your Honor.
Yes.
May I go into a breakout room with my client, Gabriel Espinosa?
All right, what breakout room were you in?
I believe I was in 12.
All right, Mr. Espinosa, I'm sending you to breakout room number 12. Your attorney will meet you there. All right, Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize about this morning. If David Martin's available, I can maybe confer.
All right, what is your client's name?
Joe De La Cruz. He's in jail. And
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Laura Lefton, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. After speaking with David, we're just going to deal with the motion I filed about altering the bond condition. He's not in agreement with it, but he doesn't oppose it and just defers to the discretion of the court.
Okay, it shows that your client is still connecting to audio. Mr. Faude, are you still
Well,
there?
it looks like he has 2, so I'm assuming.
I
don't
just
know.
called his name and he hasn't responded.
Okay. Let me text him. Can you?
All right, Mr. Faude, yes, you need to show your video.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
There he is.
All right, let me find you on our docketing sheet, just a second.
Okay.
Judge.
I'm sorry, what? It's off docket?
Yes.
All right.
Well, yeah, it's a little confusing because we received notice that it was today, but I know it wasn't on the docket. So
All right, well, as soon as I receive the motion, because I don't have the motion back here.
okay. Yeah, I asked I asked Norma if she would bring it to you at her convenience.
All right. And Mr. Faude, could you please find a stationary position because you're making too much noise on your end?
Okay, should I mute myself, Your Honor?
No, you just should stop moving around so much.
Okay.
That's okay. All right, as soon as they bring that to me, we'll take your case up, Ms. Lefton.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Anita Kell,
Judge, may I be sent to a breakout room with my client
is your client in custody or on bond?
in custody?
Let me see.
Mark Martin.
All right, he hasn't been called over yet. So as soon as he shows up. Norma, can you get an ETA on Mark Martin, please?
Judge, he was set for 2 o'clock for a contested, so he's not ordered till 2.
All right.
It wasn't really it wasn't really a contested. It was just set because of the 2 new cases. The prosecutor last time needed to figure out what was going to happen with them.
Well, is it going to be contested?
I need to speak with him. I don't believe so.
Okay, but we are set for contested then. So it's at 2 o'clock. So if you can come back at 2.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Can you follow? Maybe it's Flores. Awesome. You know, they just go by the first name. So I was like, oh. Thanks.
Judge,
All
I'm back
right.
into the bond and chocolate when you can get a chance.
All right, just one moment. So the party's on Mr. Flores.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Court reporter, are you there? I keep saying court reporter. Ms. Garcia.
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Am I stuck? Y'all see
All
me?
right. What, yes?
Okay.
Wake up, Lauren.
Y'all are stuck
Yeah.
on my.
Oh, there you go.
I'm here.
All right, where's your client?
Oh, there he is. Okay. Mr. Flores, if you could unmute and stay seated, we're ready to start.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right, the court is calling 2021. Court is calling 2021 CR 3508, State of Texas versus Fuad Flores. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Martin.
For the
And
defense?
Lauren Lefton. Oh, sorry. Lauren Lefton for Mr. Flores.
And are you Mr. Flores?
I am, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Flores, do you have any objections to this proceeding by video?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, defense, you file a motion to modify conditions of bond. State, have you had a chance to review the document?
Yes, I have.
And state, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Your Honor, we are asking the court to change the condition of no contact with Josiah Flores to no harmful or injurious contact with the child. Right now, Mr. Flores is involved in a serious custody dispute with the mother of the child. The mother is not allowing or is not following the custody temporary orders that are in place. I have included with my motion a statement from his family law attorney, Miss Kathy, or kind of explaining what's going on in the case, and also that there's an amicus attorney involved representing the child. He has stated to the family court that he believes that Mr. Flores should have communication, contact, visitation, or custody with the child. There's no CPS cases open against Mr. Flores, where there is a CPS case open against the mother of the child, who currently does have custody of the child. And so for Mr. Flores to really be able to move forward to resolve these custody issues so that he can be a present parent and a contributing father, we would ask the court to change the condition to no harmful contact. And I did also include, I don't know if I'm repeating myself, a letter from a counselor stating that he is currently in parenting classes. He is participating as well. So he is trying to demonstrate to this court, as well as the family court, that he is a safe and positive figure in Josiah's life.
Okay.
Judge, we'll leave it up to the court. And I don't have a reason to doubt what's in, I guess, the affidavit for the custody case, but since it's not a CPS case, I don't really have any kind of what's going on with that. So if that's true, there's not a strong opposition, but having enough information to say one way or the other, we'll leave it at the court's discretion.
And just so the court's aware, Miss Orr is willing to come and testify directly on his behalf if you would like, rather than just her statement.
So these are my questions, or my question is, I don't know anything about what he's charged with in this court.
Right.
So I'm reading it in the affidavit that they're saying that blisters on the buttocks of the child were determined to be a skin infection.
That is, and that actually
is, so my question is, what is the basis for this case that we're here
this
for?
case is unrelated to that issue.
Okay, so what type of injuries, alleged injuries, that
the
we're talking about in this case?
Well, so it's at the level of reckless. So the alleged injuries, I believe, come from removing the child from the car seat in kind of a chaotic environment. So there are no photos at this point that Mr. Martin or I could review of the injuries. So that's a discovery issue we are addressing.
So what are the alleged injuries in this case? And what is the alleged action by the defendant?
The alleged action is that when Mr. Flores was holding the child, and his grandmother was attempting to take the child from him, either the seatbelt from the car seat kind of choked. I don't like the word choked, but caused an abrasion on his neck, or in him holding the child as the grandmother was trying to take possession from the child, that the child's neck was injured in that sense, in that way. I think, is that correct, David? I don't want to misstate anything, but that's
No, yeah, that's
So
that's
here's the
pretty
thing,
much what-
everyone, I'm not taking any of this as true because no information has come to me.
right.
But in order for me, off the record, Mr. Montoya, if you'll go to breakout room number 14. All right, we're back on the record. So I need to know all of the alleged facts so I can make a decision on whether I should lift the no contact order. So people, there's no need to say allegedly or anything.
Right.
Could somebody just tell me what is being said in the police report so I can know, one, was this just a chaotic custody exchange? Has there been any history of Mr. Flores being abusive? This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can answer. So there's no history of Mr. Flores being abusive. This was definitely a chaotic custody exchange. And the real motivation, obviously, Mr. Flores wants to see his son, but the real motivation is the child custody case. My understanding is since January, the mother has refused to turn custody over and follow the custody agreement with Mr. Flores. And so for today or yesterday, there was supposed to be a hearing to further continue the custody matter, but with this no contact order in place, obviously he can't go any further in
Okay,
pursuing
let's do this. David
Yes,
Martin,
ma'am.
allegedly, I'm not taking it as true. What's in the police report? What's alleged to have happened? Can somebody just tell me, this is
Yeah.
what's alleged to have happened, Mr. Flores? I'm not accepting it as true, but I need to know what's going on here.
I just downloaded it, Judge, and I can email it to you if you want to.
And
All
I,
right.
I was going to say, I can read it to you if you want.
All right, any objections to the court looking at the emailed police report?
No, No,
I
Your
object, Your Honor, because it's
Oh.
all fabricated lies that were made to the. police.
Mr. Flores, I'd appreciate it if you didn't speak right now. But
All
if
right.
my client objects, I obviously have to respect that. I'm happy to read.
Oh, no, if your client's objecting, then that means that I don't have the information I need to make this decision.
Yeah.
And then we will keep status quo. So what does anybody want to do?
I guess if I could confer with Mr. Flores in a breakout room briefly and see if he would change his opinion.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And let me find you, Miss Lefton. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tilden
Judge White.
Schaefer. All right, Ed Piker.
Yeah, I was in with Hunter Morris and the internet went offline and gave me an error code, so I just had to come back and start over. I was in
Okay.
with Hunter,
Okay, what's your client's name?
Amanda Beltran.
Judge, I think he just got tired of talking to me.
Surely not. Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
All right.
Mick Aguilera.
Judge, can I go back to a breakout room with David Martin just for a few minutes
All
concerning
right.
John Tyler Brown?
All right, if you'll just give us a moment, Mick, and David will join you shortly, but he'll join you in breakout room number 4. Just give us a moment.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tony Hernandez.
Good morning, Judge. I was in a breakout room, but nobody showed up. But I have an offer. I just needed to convey it to my client and to review the discovery with him. So if you give me a couple of weeks, I think we're fine.
No.
He's here in my office.
Okay, just one second. All Okay, I see that you were the new attorney on April 27th. How much time do you need?
2-3 weeks should be more than enough to.
All right, Norma, on Servando Menchaca, could you give them a 2-week reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. The 15th.
All right, so we'll come back on June 15th.
And Your Honor, I've returned. I've spoken with my client. So.
All right, just one moment.
Thank
Tony
you.
Hernandez will come back on June 15th. That'll be by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
And Your Honor, if I may, this is Cleo Marshall.
Just one moment.
Thank you.
All right, your client needs to show his video.
Okay. Is he back in the room or is he still in the breakout room? I don't see him.
He's still in the breakout room. Could you go to breakout room number 1 and tell him to leave that room, please?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Cleophas Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I've been unable to contact my client on today. I was in contact with him on yesterday. I did not have the Zoom information for today's meeting when I was in contact with him, but I told him I'd send it to him. I sent it to him this morning via our normal way of communicating.
Who's your client?
It's Philip Villarreal. I've texted, I've called all the numbers that I have for him, and including girlfriend's number and work numbers, and I've not been able to get in contact with him.
All right, I'll give him till 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much. May I log off until then?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm finished conferring. We do have an agreement on the MTR and we are ready to proceed.
All right, has your client signed all the paperwork?
We don't have a certificate of appeal, but I believe we'll be requesting to deny the MTR and continue.
All right, he still needs paperwork from the court coordinator.
Okay.
So if you'll put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson what the agreement is, she'll get the paperwork to you and your client.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 13. And so, Mr. Espinoza, if you'll go to 13 with your attorney so she can go over the paperwork. Yes, someone call my name.
Yes, Judge. If I could confer with Mr. Nesbitt again.
Who's asking?
Ray Lopez, Judge.
All right.
I just messaged you back. Do you want to? Well, yeah.
Oh.
Judge, put us in a room.
All right, if you can go to breakout room number 15.
Okay.
I didn't give you this one.
Tilden Schaefer.
Yes, Judge. Sorry, I'm
No problem.
multitasking with 2 other courts. I lost John there. I'm sorry, Judge. I was in breakout room 15 and no one came in.
All right, we're going to get you someone right now.
I don't know if Marcus Sanders is still in your court, Judge. That's who I'd talked to previously. I'm
All right.
not sure that matters.
I'm going to get you to breakout room number 6, and we're going to get an attorney there for you. Just give me a moment.
Sure. And then, Judge, if I may, I have a pretty serious federal sentencing set to start approximately in 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to jump ship at some point.
Okay, how long is that going to take?
God only knows, Judge. If it starts on time, it might be 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. It's a pretty
Okay,
serious
we'll wait for you. You can go ahead and take care of that.
Well, they're not started yet. Let me start this process maybe. And then I'll.
Okay, sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So I've sent you to breakout room number 6. And as soon as the prosecutor comes back, I will make sure that they go to 6. All right, Ms. Lefton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Flores is back in here, I believe. There. Yes, he's there.
All right, so we are back on the record in 2021 CR 3508. Where we left off, the court was asking if anyone wanted me to review or had no objections to my reviewing the police report. So are there any objections to my reviewing the police report?
There are no objections, Your Honor. We would just ask that the court also read the statement that he gave to the detective. That's also included in the police report.
All right, the court then will review the police report and state, I'm assuming you're not offering this into evidence. Is that correct? It's just for the court to review?
Correct.
Judge, if it's possible, would I be able to go in a breakout room with my client Montoya?
Just give me a moment.
Thank you, Judge.
And who is speaking?
Ray Lopez.
All right, Mr. Montoya, if you'll go to 15. And Tom, could you go to number 6 and speak with Tilden Schaefer, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, I'm ready to make my ruling.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so for the record, the court does have the entire motion that the defense has filed. And in the motion, there's the attorney Kathy Orr. She has given an affidavit. And there is also within the affidavit a statement from the attorney Dennis Marino. Off the record for a moment, I'm sorry. Mr. Montoya, I see that you're zooming back in. Could you please go to breakout room number 15? Your attorney is waiting there. Mr. Lopez, if you could go to breakout room number 15, please, Ray Lopez. So attorney Dennis Marino is saying that Mr. Flores should be allowed access to his son. So here's the court's question. One, is it just Mr. Flores, or does he have grandparents or anyone else in the area?
It's my understanding, and obviously Mr. Flores can correct me, that his family is not located in San Antonio.
So who lives with him?
He has an older child that he has full custody of that lives with him.
And how old is the older child?
Mr. Flores, can you say? I want to say 9, but I don't want to be.
I want custody of him back.
How old is he?
Years ago.
Mr. Flores, how old is he? 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He's his older brother, his best friend.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Flores, here's the thing. When I ask the question, I just really want that question answered, okay? So I don't need all of the side thing that he's his best friend and all of this. You understand?
Okay.
So who else, what adult is in your life?
Okay, so I have a family in Austin, which is, not but 1 hour away. And so I'm back and forth a lot to Austin to visit my mother, my sister.
No, who's here? What adult is in your life here in San Antonio?
I have an aunt. I have a couple cousins. I have a sibling, a brother that's a year younger than me, that has my goddaughter and his wife. They've been together for 30 years. He's a year younger than me, and and so he has other family on my side here. A cousin on my brother's side, and then I have more siblings in Austin. I have 2 more brothers and.
Okay, this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to alter amend conditions of bond to no harmful or injurious contact, but I'm adding that the visitation must be supervised. And that will be supervised until Dennis Marino, who's the amicus in this case, or amicus, however people want to pronounce it, actually shows up to this court and gives the court some information. Because the affidavit I have is from Mr. Flores' attorney, who's telling me what Dennis Marino is saying. So as soon as you all get Dennis Marino in here, because Dennis Marino is not representing Mr. Flores, he's not representing the mother, he is looking out for the best interests of the child. So as soon as y'all have Mr. Marino come in and give the court more information, I may change, but for now, it will be, he can have contact, but it has to be supervised by an adult.
By an adult. Okay. So just to clarify, Your Honor, if would the court accept a statement from Mr. Moreno, or you actually want him to appear so you can ask him questions?
Oh, I want him to appear. I wanted everything on record.
Okay. I will reach out to him and arrange that so that we can appear to address this.
All right. And as soon as he's available, the court will take it up.
Wonderful.
All right. Now on the underlying case.
You separately. The underlying case, obviously, we don't have a resolution today, so we would just ask for a reset.
All right. Norma, on Mr. Flores, can you give me a 30-day reset, please?
I was about to say he'd probably get on with this right now if I could.
Norma, can I have a 30-day reset,
Mr.
please?
Flores, please don't speak right now.
The 29th.
All right, so we'll come back on June 29th. Ms. Lefton, if
Yes, ma'am.
you have Mr. Marino before then, the court is here Monday through Friday.
Okay, yes, ma'am. We will be there very shortly. Will Mr. Flores need to be with us also, or is this
Yes.
something we? Yes, okay. All right, I will arrange it with Norma. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. Everyone, just give me a second. All right, anyone else ready or back?
Ed Piker.
Yes.
Yeah, I confer with Hunter. We went through some of the discovery. There's some that I have to go through. It was a first setting, but they did make an offer, so I have something to talk to with my client.
All right, is your client here?
She should be. I don't know that, I can't see her from here, but we did send her the information.
I don't see her on the screen.
Okay, let me see what I can do about that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ray Lopez or Mr. Montoya?
Yes, Judge, we were just talking to the DA. I need to reconfirm with him now that I've chatted with Mr. Nesbitt.
Okay, yeah, your client is in breakout room number 15. All right, and Norma, I'll put in the chat box the attorneys that we still need. Mick Aguilera, you back on Mr. Brown?
Yes, can I go back to a breakout room with my client? I believe there's going to be a plea of true and go open, but I need to go back and visit him.
All right, I sent you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you. I think he's still there.
All right, Mr. Lopez, did you need anything?
Just to talk with the ADA real quick, but I can chat him.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Judge, on Mr. Montoya, it's going to be a plea. We're just waiting to get the paperwork done.
Okay, all right, thank you. If you'll make sure you put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson. Linda Corley?
Yes, Your Honor, we do have the paperwork completed on Gabriel Espinosa, and we are ready when the court is ready for us.
Okay, let me see if I have the paperwork. Yes, I do. All right, who are the parties on Espinosa?
Linda Corley for defense, and I believe Tom is for.
Yeah, Judge, I'm Tom Nisbet.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2017 CR 9242, State of Texas versus Gabriel Israel Espinosa. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
Linda Corley.
All right, and are you Gabriel Espinosa? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections.
Mr. Espinosa, did you sign the document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video? Did you review it with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Gabriel Israel Espinosa who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2017 CR 9242 for the offense of assault family second offense on July 30th, 2018 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Judge. Condition number 2, on or about the 17th day of August, 2020 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Gabriel Israel Espinosa, did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely methamphetamines, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We waived the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Espinosa, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, thank you, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge. The agreement is to deny and continue the defendant, but extend him for 1 year. Assess the IOP, 90 days of weekly UAs, and the defendant is to present and maintain employment.
All right, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Espinosa, do you have employment?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What do you do?
I'm a cook.
All right, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you answer, know that you will be drug tested today.
I will be dirty for marijuana.
And what else?
That'll be it.
All right, are you 100% sure that's going to be it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there any other possibility it could be other than marijuana?
No, ma'am.
When's the last time you used meth?
To be honest, a month ago.
All right, see, when people start with, to be honest, usually when people say, with all due respect and in all honesty, what they're about to tell you is not honest and they don't mean it with all due respect. So the reason why I'm asking you these things is because I'm trying to figure out what are the best conditions for you so that you can be successful. I take no pleasure in sending people to prison that have been on probation because I want you to be successful on probation. If I thought there was no saving you and you couldn't be successful on probation, I just send you to prison. But I don't think of people as throwaway human beings. So I need to know what you're using so that I can give you all the tools you need for you to be successful. If you don't tell me what you're using and you come back positive for something else, that's all on you. And I'm going to treat it as it's all on you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to start all over, okay?
Okay.
So you're getting UA today. What are the results going to be? And we'll do hypothetically, potentially, what could you be positive for?
It will be meth and marijuana.
See, now how hard was that? Okay, so now the next question is, how often do you use?
Like twice a week.
Okay, so do you know what your triggers are? And by triggers, I mean, what causes you to use? Are you hanging around with other people? Are you?
My anger.
Okay, all right. See, this is us having a conversation. Now I can know what you need in order to help you stay clean and sober. So I see you're on deferred adjudication for assault family second. So have you been doing any anger management classes or no?
No.
All right, let me see if you were, I'm not the one who took this plea.
And Your Honor, he did complete BIP. I do know he's done that, so.
Okay, so he's done BIP.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do a little something different. I'm still going to deny the motion, and I'm going to do proof of employment within 10 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Extend for 1 year. And I'm going to refer you to felony drug court. Mr. Espinoza, it is a very good program. They will be able to address any type of anger issues you have. You'll still be able to have employment, but it will be somebody available for you on a daily basis that you can reach out to when you get ready to use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we want to stop you from using. So anytime you think about using, you need to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody so that they can talk you down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have children with you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
My daughter is 3 and my son is 9.
All right. So do you see them?
My daughter rarely and my son, no.
Okay. So here's the thing. That may be a good thing right now because you're in deep in your addiction. You're not sober yet. So maybe once you get on track, gets clean and sober, remain clean and sober with a good track record, maybe all that can change. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I want a referral to felony drug court. If he's not accepted, which he should be accepted, and Mr. Espinoza, you need to be honest with them. Don't have them have to pull teeth the way I did, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Or as my mom would say, pluck a chicken. So don't make them pluck a chicken or have to pull teeth, all right? Just tell them the truth. They're there to help you. All right, if he's not accepted, then I'm going to want intensive outpatient treatment with probation. There's going to be weekly Zoom reporting until accepted into felony drug court. All right. Let's do the weekly UAs. Well, no, let's do the UA hotline. And with the UA hotline, Mr. Espinoza, they're going to call you and you'll have a time period to go take your UA. So it's going to be random, but it's going to be many times. So you need to now stop using, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And is there anything else that he needs, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
And here's the thing though, Mr. Espinoza, you may end up needing to be extended for 2 years because the felony drug court program is 18 months. And I know you may be thinking, heck, I don't want to get extended 2 years, but it's a very good program. And if you complete everything, then the court can always consider maybe terminating you early. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So Ms. Corley, I know your agreement was to extend him up for only 1 year, but he's going to have to be extended for 2 years if he's accepted into felony drug court.
I understand, Your Honor. I guess I would request that the court would allow him to try the intensive outpatient program and see how that goes first. But
No, I'm not inclined to do that because he has a serious drug problem. I mean, he's using meth a lot. So I tell you what, I'm going to extend 2 years if accepted in felony drug court. If he's not accepted, then he'll be extended 1 year. But Mr. Espinoza, be honest with them when you go over there because it's something that you really need. When you're on drugs, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. And I can tell you 1 or 2 things that are going to happen to you. Either you're going to come back here and at some point in time, your probation may or may not end up getting revoked to 10 years in prison. Or either somebody is going to give you some bad drugs and you're going to end up in the hospital. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I want him in felony drug court, Rebecca. And you need to make sure that felony drug court has your appropriate contact number because they are going to be in touch with you, all right? So we're going to close the hearing with that, and I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation will go over conditions with you.
may we be excused from there, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, Nick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I chatted Norma for John Brown. I chatted her that we will be pleading true and going open. I don't know if she got that.
I did make, your paperwork is next. I was just finishing up.
Okay.
with Ray. Fine.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay.
All right.
Judge, I don't know if Ray Lopez is out here, but I finished with his paperwork.
All right, Ray Lopez, your paperwork is finished.
Yes, Judge, I've received. I'm working on it right now.
All right, so I'll send you and your client to breakout room number 12.
Wait.
Hey, how do you go to,
That's what you asked
break
me.
room, 15?
Judge, this is
Yes.
Lorraine Ephraim. Is it
Yes.
possible to go into a breakout room with Joe Dela Cruz at the jail?
Yes. Dela Cruz, if you'll go to breakout room number 4, please, your attorney will meet you there. All right, and Norma, any update on Michelle Estrada for Scott Martinez?
Not yet, Judge. Give me just a few minutes. Judge, wasn't she in a breakout room with him?
I don't see her anywhere on the screen.
She was in L21. I thought you sent her in a breakout room with him.
Mr. Martinez, have you spoken with your client?
Yes, Judge. I apologize. I had to go to another court. I needed to speak to the prosecutor, Tom, and the probation department. I guess you're going to a breakout room here.
All right, everyone, when you all leave, you can't leave your client in a breakout room by themselves. Hunter, are you available to speak with Scott Martinez?
Be
Sure,
back
Judge.
here for
I can hop in there.
All right, I sent him to breakout room number 7.
Okay.
Thank you.
Aguilera law.
Really smells good.
The beans?
Yeah.
They do smell.
Good morning, Norma. This is Mick.
Yes, sir.
I got one of your forms done. I need the second one, but while you're doing it, can you send me to a breakout room with Mr. Brown so I can go over the first one?
Yes, sir.
We'll go back to breakout room number 2. Your client is still in breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
You're
And Mick,
welcome.
I just sent you the second one.
Okay, cool. It'll show up while I'm, with the first one with him. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Teresa Conley. I tried to reach Patrick Hill. I couldn't reach him by his texts. I called the bond place and they didn't respond, but I left a message. So I told him if he couldn't get on, like you said last week, if he couldn't get on Zoom, he needed to be in court. So I have no idea where he is.
All right. If you want on your client, Mr. Hill, I'll give him to 2. If you want to zoom back in at 2, are you available or no?
I had a CLE, but of course I'm available to the court.
No, I mean,
I'll come back in at 2.
All right. So I'll put you down for 2.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused now?
Yes. And it'll be the same link.
Thank you.
Okay, on Jason Montoya, we're just receiving paperwork, so I'm signing the paperwork that I received.
Judge, I don't think we've gotten all the paperwork yet. I didn't see the admonitions and the waiver. I saw sort of appeal.
I'm finishing the state's paperwork right now.
Okay.
And then on Mr. Brown, we're almost done with their paperwork. And Mr. Natoro, your attorney will be here shortly.
Yes,
Your attorney will be here shortly, so just be patient.
I don't understand English.
All right, Norma, when Mr. Charis come, Mr. Natara will need a attorney. I'm sorry, an interpreter.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Natara, your attorney speaks Spanish and we will get an interpreter here.
I don't know.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
Yes, I have a Miss Estrada, an MCR.
Yes.
And after speaking to her, she has some major medical issues. And I'm asking for a short reset so I can gather the medical evidence of that before we have a hearing on it.
All right, she needs to be brought back to the main room, please.
Judge Albert is in the 226 and he'll be here shortly.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, did you go to the breakout room and have your client come to the main room?
Yes, is she in breakout room 7? Because I was talking to Tom before.
She's in breakout room number 10. All right, Abelarda Garza, who do you have?
Judge, I have Thomas, DeMille Thomas.
Okay.
If I could speak to a prosecutor, I know he had a new pending case, which we
All
are
right,
waiting.
and your client is not here unless your client is in custody, but I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right, are the parties ready on John Brown?
Nick is yes.
Yes.
All right, who's the prosecutor you were conferring with?
Mr. David Martin.
Ms. Garcia? Thank you. All right, Ms. Brown, you need to lift that mask up. It doesn't really work if you're using it as a chin strap. All right, the court is calling 2018 CR 12197 and 2019 CR 7531W, State of Texas versus John Tyler Brown. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
David Martin.
for the defense?
Nick Aguilera.
Are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you electronically sign them?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Then each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And each of the cause numbers, I'm showing you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And cause number 2019 CR 7531W. Are you the same John Brown who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of possession of a controlled substance? Penalty group 1, 1 gram to 4 grams on July 11, 2019 for a period of 2 years. Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor, that is me.
And are you the same John Brown who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 12197 for the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation on July 11, 2019 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor, that is me.
All right. State, are you proceeding on the same allegations in each motion?
Yes.
Is there any objection to the state reading the allegation for each motion and that your client's answer is for both motions. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state.
The first condition one, excuse me, on or about the 23rd day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant John Brown committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
And both of the motions, how do you plead to that allegation, Mr. Brown? Guilty, I'm sorry, true or not true?
I'm going to plead true today, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Waive the other allegation.
Any objections to the state's waivers to the other allegations in each of the motions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brown, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1 and cause number 2018 CR 12197, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understood.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Just one moment. All right, there's some issues with the paperwork and cause number 2019 CR 7531W. All of the plea paperwork and that cause number, it's for a plea of possession less than 1 gram. The judgment states, and the judgment does trump everything, but the judgment states it's possession of penalty group 1 to 4 grams. But according to all of the plea paperwork, it was possession of less than 1 gram.
Judge, are you talking about something that took place back in sometime back when he went on supervision?
Yes,
Right.
and this is in the 7531W cause number.
That's well before my time.
All right, let me see attorneys in the breakout room, please.
Thank you.
Everyone will be right back, and we're off the record. If I could see you all in breakout room number 1. Rebecca, if you could come to number 1 with us, please.
Judge, I'm back from the breakout room.
All right, everyone, just give us a moment, please. All right, we're going to get the judgment corrected. Everyone, just give us a moment. And on Jason Montoya, is all the paperwork done?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with the clerk so they can let you know if they have all the paperwork. And Julie Patterson, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Mick Aguilera and David Martin, if you could go to number 1, please. And then Ray, if you could go back to breakout room number 12 for me, please. And to the clerks, I'm going to send you to 12 to see if they have all their paperwork done.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And everyone, just give me 3 minutes. All right, Lorraine Efron.
Yes, Judge. Here, a couple of things. I filed a motion or a writ for a consideration of a bond reduction. And I don't know, I'm not sure what's happened with that or if that can be referred for a hearing. So that's one matter. The other matter is we're still working on discovery, and David has some things he needs to get into the discovery that aren't in there yet.
All right, just 1 second. And you said Joe Dela Cruz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and is your client in custody or on bond?
In custody.
All right, Norma, do you have Dela Cruz on the screen?
Let me.
I told him to leave the breakout room and come back to the meeting.
All right, he didn't leave. He's still there. Can you talk him out of that room, please?
You want me to go back and get him?
Yes, and have him come into the
Okay.
main room. And Norma, on Mr. Dela Cruz, it's going to be a 30-day reset.
And that's gonna be for discovery, is that correct, Judge?
It's going to be discovery, yes.
Okay. I think we can do it on the 28th, but let me check the calendar. If we have anything set on the 28th.
Okay.
We can come back on June 28th.
All right. And so Ms. Efron, the state hasn't been prepared to make an offer. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And you still need discovery?
Yes.
All right. We're going to come back. Mr. Dela Cruz, we're going to come back on your case on June 28th. At that time, hopefully your attorney will have all the discovery and the state will be prepared to make an offer. Ms. Efron, you said you have a motion?
Yes, there's a writ requesting bond reduction that I filed. Let me see when I filed that. Let's see.
If you can speak with the state, see if you all can come to an agreement on it. If you cannot, we'll have a hearing on it. Just get with the court coordinator and she'll set it.
Okay, yeah, I filed it back in April, and it looked like there was a notation on the court record search that maybe some action had been taken on it, but I couldn't make out from the notations if that exactly what had happened. But I can talk to the state and get with Norma about setting it.
If you can send that through email or you can do it in the chat while you're here.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Dela Cruz, we'll hear your bond motion as soon as it's set. Court is here Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. All right, Norma, can you let them know that 14H can go back? And Mr. Dela Cruz will definitely be seeing you on June 28th. And then on the bond matter, we'll see you before then.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to get that. I'll send the motion directly to Norma and the prosecutor.
Okay.
Through email.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Scott Martinez on Miss Estrada. What is going on with Miss Estrada, and why can't we proceed today?
Well, I tried to have a jail visit with her, but the sound was not going through and whatnot. And she just informed me that she had a stroke. She was in hospice care, and she has a heart surgery scheduled. And if she doesn't have that, it looks like she might have less than a year to live. So I was hoping.
Okay, so
to get
here's the thing. So have you conferred with the state?
Yes, Judge.
And is there a reason why we can't go forward today?
Well, I was hoping to get some medical records and show that to the court and hopefully sway the court to do something other than sentence her to prison.
So is the state asking for revocation?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and have you told them this other information?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I was talking to Tom Nesbitt.
All right, then we'll set it for a contestant. When are you going to have the information?
Well, I'm going to get in contact with her daughter and we'll see what we can do. I was also hoping that the court would be willing to maybe give her a PR bond. She had a stroke, and endocrinitis.
All right, have you filed a motion?
I just found that out today, Judge. I tried to talk to her on a jail visit, but it wouldn't. The sound wouldn't. I couldn't hear what she was saying. That she had.
All
these
right, if
issues.
you, I take formal motions. So if you'll file the motion, unless the state is going to agree to it, and your client is not eligible for a PR bond based upon what she's on probation for, and that's the governor's directive. So if you want to write Governor Abbott and explain it so he can change it, you're more than welcome to. But yes, she's not eligible for a PR bond. So when do you all want to come back? When will you have the medical records?
I would say as soon as possible, but probably like 2 weeks, if that's something that's it.
All right. No, I mean, as I tell everybody, we're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. So Norma, can you set Ms. Estrada on each of these cases for a contested hearing?
Judge, give me just a moment. I need to look at the calendar. I can do the 21st, Judge.
All right, we'll be back on June 21st at 2 p.m. We will see you at 2 p.m., Ms. Estrada.
Can I get a bond?
Your attorney needs to file a motion.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. As soon as your attorney files the motion, the court will hear it.
Thank you, ma'am,
But-
so much.
All right, you're welcome, but we will most definitely be back on June 21st at 2 p.m. for your contested hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Norma, can you let them know that L21 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, who are the parties on Jason Montoya?
Ray Lopez for the defense, Your Honor.
Defendant for the state.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep checking that. Okay, you got it? Mild bipolar, anxiety. Okay. All right.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2964, State of Texas versus Jason Angel Montoya. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Morse for the state.
For the defense?
Ray Lopez for the defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Montoya?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Montoya, you're in the room with a group of other people. I know a lot of people say, hey, I don't believe in masks, but really masks are not for you. They're for other people around you. So you need to put the mask on.
Okay.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None from the state, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Montoya, I'm showing you a document entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding on count one, Judge, waiving count two and the habitual state jail enhancement.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Montoya, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand what you're charged with is theft of a vehicle from 2,500 to 30,000? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have an agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Okay. All right, no, it's fine.
Did you understand, Mr. Montoya, that you have a right to jury trial, the right for you or your attorney to cross-examine any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
It says Gabriel.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you need to pull up the mask. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count one. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 12 months in the state jail facility. There is no fine, there is no application, and the state will take in consideration County Court Cause number 650758. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Montoya?
Yes, ma'am.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge. We just also ask that Mr. Montoya get credit for the time he's been serving.
Mr. Montoya, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offer states one of the attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Montoya, I'm going to show you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
All right, again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and review states exhibits 1 and attachments and accept it into evidence. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Yeah, my client's been incarcerated since about January 25th, 2021. We just asked that he get that time credited towards his sentence.
All right, the court is sentencing you to 12 months in the state jail facility, taking consideration 650758. Give you credit for any time served. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Montoya. We can go off the record, Ms. Garcia. Mr. Montoya, I always ask this question. I see your tattoos. Were any of them painful to get?
Yes, ma'am, they were.
All right, so what's on the neck tattoo?
Different Cadillac symbol. Cadillac symbol and this.
Is Cadillac paying you for advertisement?
No, ma'am.
All right. So when you started getting the tattoo and you saw that it was painful, at any point did you say, that Cadillac symbol, it's just not going to be the full symbol, I'm done?
Yeah, when I was halfway done, it was like I should have just not with no tattoos at all. I should just.
All right. So Mr. Montoya, this is where we are. The state could have proceeded on you with the enhancements. They decided not to. So now is the time for you to make a decision. And I give everyone this speech. Sometimes people listen to it, sometimes they don't. But here's the thing, you got to make a decision in your life. Either you want to end up going and living the rest of your life in prison, having birthdays in prison, or either you want to be in the free world. Those choices are yours. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, once you get out, you need to decide what you want to do with your life. Are you going to be writing a book from prison and hopefully Lifetime movie will pick it up, or are you going to be in the free world? All right.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Montoya.
All right, miss. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Norma, can you let them know 14G can go back? So Mr. Montoya, just remain in the seat because the deputies like to come and get you, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Are we excused?
Yes. All right. Anyone else ready?
Judge Ed Piker reporting back.
Okay, just give me one moment. Ed,
Yes.
are the parties ready on John Brown? Because I've received the documents. Let me see. Mick Aguilera, are you there? All right, and John Brown?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay.
Are we back on, Judge?
Yes, we're going to go back on. And then Ed Piker, I'll take you right up.
Judge, on Amanda Beltran, I was reporting back. I haven't been able to find her.
Okay, just give me 1 second. This should be very quick, Mr. Piker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No problem. This is just one that we were trying to finish up. We had some extra things that needed to be done. And who was the prosecutor on Mr. Brown?
David Martin.
Hi, David. All right, the court has received everything on the possession case. We're going to go back on the record. We're back on the record in 2018 CR 12197 and 2019 CR 7531W. In regards to this case, there had to be a correction to the judgment. Mr. Brown actually pled to possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram. Are there any motions from the state with regards to the motion to revoke?
Yes, Judge. We asked to amend just the charge listed in the first paragraph to possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than a gram.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, Mr. Brown, I'm going to read the the motion to you again. Are you the same John Brown who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 7531W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on July 11, 2019 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor, that's me.
All right, and state if you could read that allegation number 1 again, please.
On or about the 23rd day of April 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant John Brown committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
I plead true, Your Honor.
Did you and state, do you waive the other allegations?
Yes.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, did you understand by pleading true to violation condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
I still wish to plead true, Your Honor.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There's not, Judge. In each case, the state's asking for revocation.
All right, so the state is asking for revocation. Defense, are you asking for revocation?
No, Your Honor. My client would ask that he be, with the MTR is being denied and he'd be continued on supervision. And in support of that, if I could call my client to
All right,
testify.
Mr. Brown, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you could state your name for the record, please.
My name is John Tyler Brown Jr.
All right, defense.
Mr. Brown, explain to the court why you should be continued on supervision.
Your Honor, I believe I should be continued on supervision because, one, I try to stay employed. I successfully completed my battery intervention program. I successfully completed my outpatient program. I was in the works of registering for my DOPE class. And we had just been working so much and so hard that I was supposed to go to my girlfriend's apartment. She wasn't there. And I went to her mom's house, which I wasn't supposed to be there, but I went there anyway. And I was trying to.
Okay, can I pause you there, Mr. Brown? Now you say you weren't supposed to be there. That wasn't a condition of your probation, was it? You weren't supposed to be there because
her
mama didn't like you there.
Correct, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you say I wasn't supposed to be there, that was not a probation problem or probation condition, correct?
Correct, sir. Sorry.
So let's just be very careful there, okay, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Again, explain to the judge why you need to be or should be continued, or why she should continue.
I believe you should continue my probation because I believe I can successfully complete the remaining stipulations of my probation. And after they came and got me for the MTR, my mother died 2 days after Mother's Day, and I need to go be with my brother and my family to finish taking care of that. And I don't believe that TDC or jail time is the appropriate place for myself to be. I need to get back to work so I can pay the courts, so I can.
Oh, yeah.
All right, any other questions? Mr. Aguilera?
Mr. Brown, are you asking the court to continue you on the supervision for both cases?
The original 2 cases?
The drug case and the assault case?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. How long have you been in jail now continuously?
I believe I can't remember, I believe since roughly the beginning of May, almost 25 days, I think, or 21 days or something like that.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to tell the court concerning her decision on whether to revoke you and send you to the penitentiary or continue on supervision.
I do apologize to the state and anyone else whose time I've wasted by making the decisions that I made. And I hope that you have mercy on my case.
All right, anything?
I have nothing further, Judge.
All right, any questions from the state?
Yeah, this is your second MTR. Is that right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. The last one was for drug use.
Yes, I did come up dirty on a urinalysis.
Okay. And are you still using amphetamines?
No, sir, I am not.
Did you take a drug test in April of this year?
Yes, sir, I did. And I had been in contact with my probation officer regarding that, and she was supposed to schedule me another test because I went to a different facility instead of the normal one. And she said she didn't take that as an issue, and she was going to let me go do another test. But I never got to take that test.
And what were the results of that test that you did take?
Mrs. April Maldonado, my probation officer, reported back to me that they came back positive for amphetamines for some reason. I don't know why. Then she said, go take another test at the normal facility, and I never got to take that test.
Okay. But I mean, you'd agree with me that after having an MTR for positive drug cases or positive drug tests, that if you did use amphetamines, that wouldn't look very good on your ability to continue with probation. Is that right?
Right, sir, you're correct.
Okay. You said you successfully completed the BIP course. What did you learn in BIP?
Actually ended up taking the course twice because I MTR'd the first time for the drug stipulation. So I had to take it with Borough Bay all over again. And I learned that I really need to think a lot harder and a lot longer before I open my mouth, and I need to really look at how my actions affect myself and the others around me, and that it doesn't take much to hurt someone else mentally or physically or verbally, and that I still have a lot to work on too.
Did they teach you to keep your hands to yourself?
Yes, sir, they did.
And you didn't do that, and that's why you're here on this MTR. Is that right?
Correct, sir. I don't deny the allegations. Being under the stress that I was under, and the amount of work I was doing, and the situation that was at hand, and my mother being in the hospital, I didn't control myself appropriately in an adult-like manner.
So you'd agree with me that even though you took BIP twice, you're still not able to keep your hands to yourself. You can't control yourself.
It was difficult in that specific situation, but I believe I had been doing a very good job of controlling my anger in my situation.
I have no more questions.
I have no further questions, Judge.
All right, is there anything else? Any other witnesses, defense?
No witnesses for the defense, Your Honor.
All right, I will hear argument. State?
Judge, we're just gonna ask for a revocation. He's, on for a drug offense and for an assaultive offense, and he's shown through his 2 MTRs that he can't control himself to stay off of drugs or to keep his hands to himself.
All right, defense?
Judge, you heard an honest assessment from Mr. Brown. He admits he made a mistake. He's got a lot going on in his life. He really, really feels like he can complete this deferred. And he would ask that he would consider continuing him on the supervision and denying the motion to revoke.
All right. In each of the cases, I'm going to grant the motion, find you guilty, and not grant you community supervision. So in cause number 2018 CR 12197, that's the assault, family choking, strangulation. State, what are you requesting?
In each case, Judge will ask for 2 years. 2 years in the institutional division on the assault case and 2 years in the state jail on the less than a gram case.
Okay, well, that's the minimum, Mr. Brown. All right, and cause number 2019 CR 7531W. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. And cause number 2018 CR 12197, the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. And each of these cause numbers, Mr. Brown, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? And
Yes,
did you
Your
sign
Honor.
them?
Yes,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Then in each of these cause numbers, this is not a plea bargain case, so you do have a right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. And cause number 2018 CR 12197, because this is a felony conviction, and also because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in cause number 2019 CR 7531W, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Brown, the issues with your case, you can't be on for a family violence case and then pick up another assault case. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, Mr. Brown, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Norma, can you let them know that 14E can go back? And I do believe I did see on the record that in each case, he'll receive credit for any time served.
Yes, Your Honor, you did.
All right, thank you. Mr. Aguilera, do you need to speak with Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown, you got any questions?
I'm so confused. I don't even know how any of this happened. I'm just trying to go be with my brother and bury my mom.
All right, I'll send you to number 3. Mr. Brown, your attorney can probably talk to the sheriffs about whether or not they'll allow you to attend services. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 with your attorney.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't send him, right, Judge? Just hold off.
Yes, just hold off. He's going to go to a breakout room with his attorney.
Okay, Judge.
All right. And Ed Piker, thank you for your patience. Who is your client?
Amanda Beltran.
All right, Norma, is she listed as a, I show that on May 12th, she was a no-show as well. Is she remanded or no in the system? It doesn't show whether or not she has a bond set at this time.
She was on bond as of May 4th with the GPS.
Okay, well, I mean, GPS should be able to tell us where she is unless she cut off GPS.
I think that's the situation.
Ah. All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 4088, State of Texas versus Amanda Beltran. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Clear Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Ed Piker for Miss Beltran.
All right, this hearing was set at 9 a.m. It is now 11:51 a.m. Miss Amanda Marie Beltran has not been on the Zoom. Deputy Mejia, has there been an Amanda Marie Beltran in the courtroom?
No, Judge.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I haven't had any contact with her since May 4th, Your Honor.
Nope.
All right, state.
Judge, state would ask for a forfeiture bond and a warrant issued.
All right, and I'll remain your client without bond as well and grant the state's motion. If you have contact with your client, if she magically reattaches her GPS, let the court know.
I will certainly do that.
All right, thank you. We're off the record. And
All
see,
right.
that's why I tell people GPS, you know, if people wear it, it's great. All right, have a good rest of your day, Mr. Piker.
You too, Judge. Take care.
All right, thank you. Albelardo Garza,
Yes, Your Honor.
your client is,
DeMille Thomas. He is in jail, Your Honor. He picked up a new case, or they've just indicted him on an aggravated assault on 5/19/21.
all right, Norma is,
I didn't know if I'm on that case. However, if I am, I have not looked at the discovery.
all right, just one moment. All right, so we were called here, we were here on April 27th.
Correct.
Well, we came on April 6th. And there was aggravated cases supposedly coming down. Then we came back on April 27th and it was recalled for today because of new cases. So do you have access to all the new cases?
Well, Your Honor, I don't know if I've been appointed on the new case, first of all, but I'm assuming if I am, then I would have access to discovery, and I haven't looked at that yet.
All right, Norma, can you see if Mr. Garza is on all of the new cases that Mr. Thomas has?
I think he only has one more new case, Judge.
And Judge, no, it looks like the system appointed Cornelius on that case. And it looked like it just appointed him on the 21st of May. I don't know why the system does that.
Okay, so when can we recall this, Norma? Let's get a setting for this so that everybody can be on the same page.
I can recall it. I can recall it tomorrow if you want, Judge.
Judge, I'm gonna be out. I'll be on vacation tomorrow till the 1st.
Okay, well, it appears that maybe the aggravated case will trump everything.
Correct.
So we'll still have it here for tomorrow so that we can find out where we are. And Norma, if you can have Mr. Cox here tomorrow.
Okay.
And has the aggravated case, has that been indicted or no?
It was indicted on 5/19, Judge.
All right, so Norma, if you can have that to come back tomorrow then.
Okay. We'll set it right now.
And Mr. Garza, I understand that you'll be on vacation, so you don't need to be here, but I want to find out where we are so everyone can be on the same page.
That's fine, Your Honor. Norma has my phone number.
Okay. All right, then, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. All right, is there anyone else? Because we're going to end up taking our lunch break. And we will come back at 2. All right, Mr. Martinez. Moses Martinez. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes,
Mr. Martinez, who is your attorney?
Schaefer.
All right, he had to do a hearing, but he'll come back at 2. So we'll take care of your case at 2, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so just sign on at 2. You can use the same link.
Okay. So I can get off right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But be back at 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Notaro, Norma, he says he only speaks Spanish. Can you let him know? We'll have him back here at 2.
Okay,
Well, he understands that.
a little bit.
Okay. So 2 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Norma. Can you send me
we're
the
gonna
docket,
stop.
please?
Yes, and we're going to